to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah. I am a petite fashion and beauty blogger. And if you guys are new here, I would love it if you guys would go ahead and hit that red button down below and subscribe to my channel if you like my video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well. So as you guys can probably see from the title, I am going to be doing what I call a beauty face-off review, where I am going to be testing out two products against each other that people claim to be dupes. What I'm going to be testing out is the e.l.f. 16hr Camo Concealer. I've been hearing all over from everybody that this is a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. You guys saw me get it in my last haul, and like I said, I'll be the judge of that because I am crazy about Shape Tape. Like, honestly, it's the greatest concealer in the world. Like, seriously, if you haven't tried it, you need to get on the train because it's so good. And I know that it's so expensive, but like, guys, seriously, get on it. So anyways, I will be testing it out against the Tarte Shape Tape. I don't know why I had to look. Like, I know this in and out. So both of these concealers claim to be full coverage, crease resistant, long wear, and both claim to be good for contouring. I'm so sorry. I'm getting over being sick. Our house is infected thanks to Trevor. But if you guys hear any coughing or sniffling in this video, I pre-apologize. So the Camo Concealer retails for $6, I believe. And then the Tarte Shape Tape is $26, I think. So, I mean, the Tarte Shape Tape is pretty expensive. Like, almost $30 for a concealer is pretty expensive, but it is the #1 selling concealer brand in the US for a reason. I have been using Tarte Shape Tape for about 2 or 3 years now. I love it. I can't use another concealer. It's been really difficult, and I've tested out other concealers against it that claim to be a dupe. Like, there was the one of the ColourPop ones claimed to be a dupe. Makeup Revolution claimed to be a dupe, and none of them performed for me the way that Shape Tape does. And even on my wedding day, I had done a trial with my makeup artist, and she used a different concealer on me. I wore it throughout the day, and I was like, no. On the day of my wedding, no way. We're not using this concealer. So when she started doing my makeup, I pulled up my Tarte Shape Tape. I was like, please use my concealer today. And she did. And once she applied it, she was like, oh my God, this concealer is amazing. What is it? And I was like, how do you not know about it? This is a little bit terrifying, but whatever. You did a fantastic job on my face, so I'm not gonna get too mad at it. But like, she was blown away by how amazing this does. So it is a lot to live up to with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So I'm hoping that the e.l.f. concealer will live up because it is so much more affordable. I'm hoping that it'll be pretty close, but we'll see. So I'll go ahead and apply both and let you guys know how it performs throughout the day against each other. Okay, so I've already done my face makeup, or at least just foundation. I haven't powdered or anything just because I am going to be applying concealer on top, and I just don't want it to mix at all, because if you apply a cream or, you know, concealer consistency over powder, it can get really cakey and gross. So I haven't applied any powder, but I do have foundation on. I did just go ahead and use a tried and true foundation to make sure that the foundation that I'm using doesn't skew the results of this comparison. So I'm currently wearing the Born This Way Too Faced foundation. It's one of my favorites. It's my holy grail foundation. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with concealer. But on the left, I always get those sides mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and use the Tarte Shape Tape. I use Tarte Shape Tape in medium. And then on the right, I'm going to use the e.l.f. 16hr Camo Concealer. For this one, I got medium beige. I think color-wise, they're pretty similar. The e.l.f. one might just be like a touch lighter. Sorry about my nails. But I was really bummed at Ulta. They didn't have a huge selection in the e.l.f. one, so I did the best that I could. So hopefully it doesn't look too off on my skin. But we shall see. So going in first with the Tarte Shape Tape, my favorite, my baby, like my everything. Just gonna go ahead and put some underneath here. think that that should be enough. I've been trying to be better about like wearing a little bit less concealer just because I feel like I use so much product and I like let it all get soaked in. Just gonna pat it in under my eye. Sorry about the beautiful faces I'm probably making. All right, so I have that in. Ugh. You know, I bought new sponges you guys saw in the haul and I still haven't switched them out. Like this one is like failing me. All right, so that's all patted in. The beautiful thing about Shape Tape is that it is self-setting. So, I mean, technically I could just live with this, but that's fine. So moving on to the e.l.f. 16hr Camo Concealer. I'll apply the exact same amount right underneath my eye. Yeah, I think the color's pretty close. Like, it looks pretty good. So, luckily I don't have to worry about one eye being way more lighter or darker than the other. All right. So, patting it in. Oh, okay. So, I can already tell you right now, just looking at this, the Tarte Shape Tape side has way more coverage. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but actually I can see it now that I'm looking. Like I can see my under eye circle right here, and I can't see it at all right there. But that's okay. We'll keep going. But that is something that I'm already seeing is a difference. It's that the Shape Tape really, really does cover up a lot better. And I am applying both of them with a sponge because that's the way that I prefer to apply my concealer. So I figured I would do my usual. Yeah, definitely more coverage on the Tarte Shape Tape side. And another thing that I'm noticing, like I had said earlier, the Shape Tape is self-setting, so I'm not experiencing too much creasing on the side. It's like pretty much good to go. I am going to powder just out of habit. But on the e.l.f. side, I'm creasing already. Like, my under eye is looking old. Like I can see every single wrinkle. So I'm going to go ahead and pat it out again. And I'm going to go ahead and powder really quickly. I'm using the RCMA powder. This is like my baby. I love this one. It's so cheap. It's kind of hard to get. Like they're not available in stores, but like look at how much you get. I get mine from Beautylish. I love Beautylish because they let you pay in 3 installments, which is like a terrible but great concept because like I have like a running bill or with Beautylish, which is just awful. I'm gonna pat this out one more time on this side and go ahead and set. All right. Okay. And then, whoop, I'm gonna pat out the Tarte Shape Tape even though it doesn't need it. I just do it for good measure. And then powder it. I'm so sorry again about the sniffling. Just, Trevor's in so much trouble for getting me sick. Okay, so now that I have them both on and I can take a good look, both of them have been set. Both of them are pretty much done with. Like, I'm not going to do anything else to my concealer at this point. I'm going to take a good look at it. Yeah, I'm still seeing more creasing on this side. Even after setting it, I can definitely see like my lines a little bit more. Like the Tarte Shape Tape side looks more youthful. And then also just coverage wise, I mean, I can even see it on camera. I don't know if you guys can really see, but like I don't have under eye circles at all on this side with Shape Tape. And then with the Camo Concealer, I can definitely see like a dark circle right there. It's not like crazy prominent, but I can definitely see it. Like it's peeking through. So far, I'm feeling like the Shape Tape is still the better investment. And I know that Shape Tape is so expensive. Like Shape Tape is $26, I think. And then this e.l.f. Camo Concealer was like $6, but I mean, honestly, I would still pay the extra $20 to get Tarte Shape Tape at this point because it just performs so well. Like, there's nothing else like it. It's like, you can see the difference even right now, even with like my not great state of the art camera setup. I'm sure you can see the difference between my two under eyes. Like, and I'm not more tired on my right. That's not what's going on. It's that this concealer really, really does a great job. Now, if I didn't have this concealer on, how would I feel about this one? Honestly, it's not bad. It does bother me how much it's creasing. That is a problem. But coverage-wise, it's still pretty okay. Like I said, you can kind of see my dark circle right here, but it's not like, oh my god, did she even put concealer on at all today? So it's a pretty decent coverage. Just this creasing is really bugging me, especially just because I've used Tarte Shape Tape for so long, so I'm used to not creasing at all. So to see any creasing at all, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, am I just getting old, or is it the concealer? But I'll keep wearing it. I'll check back in with you guys throughout the day and just kind of let you know how both are performing against each other and give you my final thoughts and recommendations a little bit later. So I just got done at Target. I forgot to mention, I put on these concealers at about like 10 o'clock this morning, and it's almost noon now, so I've had it on for essentially about 2 hours now, and I'm out here in natural light, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys. I can still definitely see like the difference in my under eye circles between the two of these concealers, but overall, like, performance wise, they're still performing pretty well. I haven't seen one crease more than the other so far, more than, you know, the e.l.f. has already creased versus the Shape Tape, but it hasn't gotten like any worse, which is great. So yeah, that's what it's looking like in natural light. We're about to head to a baby shower for Trevor's step brother, so I'm gonna wear it throughout the party and check in with you guys afterwards. I think at that point I'll have been wearing this concealer for about 6 or 7 hours, so I'll definitely check back in with you guys then, show you how it's performed in that whole time. And then I figured, since this is a fashion channel, I do a little quick outfit of the day for you guys. I'm wearing these super cute pants that I just got from Abercrombie & Fitch. Like, they're these brown and black spotted pants. They have this really cute little waist tie, which is super flattering. Paired it with this cropped light pink sweater from H&M, and I did tuck it in because I wanted to show the bow. And then I have a pair of booties that just keep getting untied. So sorry, I can't see what I'm doing right here, so I hope you guys can see that. And then I did pop on my key sunglasses, and then these really cute like tortoise hoops that I've been loving from Cotton On. Hello, we are back from the baby shower, and I just wanted to check in with you guys on this concealer. Sorry, I'm still sick and so delirious, but wanted to check in with you guys on it before I got started on household chores. So I don't know if you guys can still see even when I get this close. Sorry, my camera does this weird thing where it turns yellow if I get too close to something, so sorry about that lighting. Let me zoom out here. Okay, so, and I am gonna look here so I can know what I'm explaining to you guys, but anyways, I'm definitely still seeing a little bit more creasing on this side. Also too, I can see that dark circle underneath, which is like clearly not what I want a concealer to do. I want it to conceal that dark circle. As far as like wear goes though, both of them are still holding strong. I don't feel like one has worn out coverage more over the other. I feel like they both still are pretty good coverage compared to, like, you know, the coverage that they originally were when I first put them on. So they both do hold up pretty well throughout the day so far. But I am going to go ahead and do some stuff at home. It's about 3 o'clock now, so I'll check in back in with you guys at about 5 when I'm out of my chore outfit. I'll pop back into the other one because it's cuter. Almost about 5 o'clock, and first off, I just want to say I love that it's light out now that it's 5 o'clock. It feels so good now that daylight savings has passed, for it to not feel like it's the end of the day by 5 o'clock. So this is really nice. I love that I can still film and they're still light. But anyways, I did want to check in on the concealers, see how they're doing, see how they're performing. I've checked in with you guys a little bit throughout the day, so I'll show you guys how they're looking. So I'm going to try to get close here. It looks like it's a little bit bright. I wasn't expecting it to be this bright at this time of the day. It's fantastic, but I'm like, ooh, I need to turn down. I need to turn down this light over here. Help you guys out a little bit. Maybe even turn it off. Nope, that's not helping you. There we go. Okay, so taking a look at it. So I put this on at about 10-ish, so it's been 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so about 7 hours now. And taking a look, okay, I will say that obviously, as I've been saying throughout the day, there is more creasing on the e.l.f. side, but my Tarte side is oilier. I didn't expect that. That was a pleasant surprise. Like, at this point, I was like so ready to be all like, there's nothing better about the e.l.f. concealer, like don't even bother with it. But it does seem to mattify a bit better, and like the mattification like lasts a little bit longer throughout the day. So I can see me starting to get oily just like right through here on the Tarte one, and on the e.l.f. side, it's not as bad. So also though, one thing that I am noticing on the e.l.f. side, and I don't know if this has to do with like my eye makeup or something like that, but I see a lot more like smudging and flaking on this side than on the Tarte side. I don't know if the e.l.f. concealer is just more slippery, so that's why, or if I just like was terrible at applying my bottom lash mascara. That could very well be a thing. So I can still see more of a dark circle on this side than I can on this side. It's not crazy dramatic, but it is noticeable. So definitely coverage is still way better on the Tarte Shape Tape side. The e.l.f. side does mattify better, but it does crease more. Okay, so overall, my thoughts on these two versus each other. I mean, straight up, the winner for me is going to be Shape Tape. I mean, it doesn't crease. It lasts all day. It is really, truly full coverage. Like, it makes your under eyes look so amazing and so perfect. Now, when it comes to the e.l.f. concealer, though, I think it's a good concealer for drugstore concealer. Like, if you can't afford Shape Tape, or you're just like not willing to pay that amount of money for Shape Tape, I think the e.l.f. one is a great one. Would it replace Tarte? Absolutely not. It does not perform the same way. Just plain and simple. It was nowhere near the same amount of coverage, nowhere near the same amount of crease-proof formulation. So it wasn't similar to me in that sense, but it is a good full coverage drugstore concealer if you don't go into it with expectations of it performing like Shape Tape. But I will say too, though, the two pros on this one was that it did mattify better, which if you have oily skin, that could be a seller for you. But personally for me, I do have oily skin, but for me, coverage and crease prevention is most important to me in a concealer, so that's why I still lean towards the Shape Tape. But also a big selling point on this is really the price. I mean, $6. It's really great. I honestly would say, like, you know, if I was going on vacation and I didn't want to have to worry about losing Shape Tape, like usually when I go on vacation, I usually tend to actually have multiple bottles of Shape Tape, so I'll take a bottle that's like running out, and that's what I'll bring. So in case I lose my Shape Tape, it's not like the brand new bottle that I lost. But, you know, if I don't have one, I think that I would totally get the e.l.f. one for like travel and stuff, just so I didn't have to bring my Shape Tape one and like risk losing it, because I'm okay to lose $6. That's fine, and it's okay. It's pretty decent coverage. It's just not what Shape Tape is. It just doesn't live up to that standard, which is fine. They're different companies. It is a drugstore brand, so you're not going to expect it to perform the exact same way, but it is pretty good on its own. And yeah, that's my final thoughts. If you don't necessarily compare it to Shape Tape and you just want a good full coverage under eye concealer from the drugstore that's nice and cheap and affordable but still pretty good quality, I say definitely go get the Camo Concealer. But if you want a holy grail concealer, like one that you will never turn your back on for the rest of your life, get Shape Tape. Honestly, nothing is like it. It's the best concealer in the world for a reason. So, yeah. In this one, Shape Tape wins. But I wouldn't exactly call e.l.f. a loser. Alright guys, well that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this review face-off video of Shape Tape versus the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I know it's been like a big topic lately, and I've actually been personally asked by people to do this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it answered your questions. Definitely feel free to leave me a message down below if you have any other questions on the two concealers. Also, let me know if there are any other product reviews or product comparisons you guys would like me to do. I kind of enjoy doing this one, so definitely let me know if there's any other claims out there of like dupes that you guys want me to test. I'm happy to do it. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure to check out my podcast, Milk and Whiskey. The channel is down below, as well as the link to all of our platforms. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all of it. So you guys can check us out. I'm both more serious and sillier on that podcast than I am on here. So if you want to see a little bit of a different side of me, definitely check out the podcast. And make sure to also follow me on Instagram at _bottledambition. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.